How's everyone doing? Welcome to PQ Interop. We're at, I think, call number 10 is this week. We've got a very short agenda, um, at least stated agenda. We'll see where the call goes. But Napur, you're the sole contributor to the agenda this week. You had asked or made a note about wanting to create some standardized dashboards for clients. And let's see, is Katya on the call? Yeah, Katya also reached out to me about creating a lean metrics repo, which I created this morning, got her access to, and hopefully those efforts can work together. Nupur, maybe do you want to just speak to some of the things that you're hoping to get out of this?
There was a discussion on the last Zoom call about creation of a standard dashboard where each client exposes a certain set of metrics, so that will get like a consistency and a reliable way to track metrics and performance across clients. We actually wanted to continue that discussion over here with the larger set of audience. So, and I'll let Gajendra take over from here.
Yep. So I think in the last Zoom call we had discussion that the metrics basically, we not only define some standard metrics like how we discussed last time, but we also have a standard dashboard so that the client's team don't need to come up with their own dashboard, and we have one standard. I mean, they can have their own dashboards for further debugging and further insights into their own client, but we have this standard dashboard which basically every client has to conform to and supply the metrics for. And in that case, basically, it will be very easy to dig into how each node is behaving. So that was the idea, and we basically thought that we should just throw it out to a larger audience because we wanted to standardize metrics. And in fact, we should not only standardize metrics, but we should also standardize the dashboard.
Beautiful. Yeah, I have a feeling you're going to make Katya quite happy with this. Katya, take it away.
Yeah, hello everyone. Yeah, sure. As soon as we have standardized metrics, the dashboard is like easy to build and use. So currently, for example, for consensus clients, the standardized dashboards are in the Ethereum package repo. So there is the special folder, dashboards, and there are different dashboards concentrated here. I don't know how it will go with the lean. So currently Curtos is not ready, but we can add the dashboard, for example, as soon as it's ready. The most important thing is the metrics themselves, because to standardize them, we need like overlapping parts, like for example, state transition or multi-sigs, etc. So this is the main part we should discuss probably, and yeah, before we build metrics. The dashboard is not a problem. Sure, it will be standardized at least for the purposes of running DevNets. We should have like the same dashboards. So there will be.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's quite important that, when we have the view as same, it basically enforces from top down that people follow the standardized metrics. So instead of going from bottom up approach, I think if we have a top down approach to the UX, it would be quite good. And with regard to that, I think setting up the dashboards, I think Guillaume has an update for us.
Yeah, sorry, give me a minute. I am not. Yes, I will. Okay. Um. Well, I have an update. Yes, I couldn't work on it today. I was talking to Felix all day, but I was able to confirm that the intake works. So I have Zim producing metrics, VM agent, grabbing those metrics and pushing them into the ETH DevOps Grafana dashboard. So now I just need to confirm everything, like create maybe the dashboard in question. And then, I mean, you guys should already be able to access the dashboard, from what I understand. Whoever gave me their GitHub account should have received an invite. But what we need to do is just make sure that we can set up the machines. So I'm currently working on the Zim one, and we would also presumably run Ream on that as well in Quadrivium. So if someone from each team could contact me, I would try to make it work. And this way, also list the metrics so that I can check the intake is working. Yeah, so that's not quite. I mean, you guys, like I said, should be able to access the dashboard. It's simply Grafana. It's just the dashboards are not running. But yeah, it's been confirmed to work. So let's try to get those metrics to show up.
Cool, thank you. And with regard to, again, coming back to what the dashboard should be, I think Will and Ladislas, basically you guys can sort of sit together and figure out what is the UX that you want to see with regard to how nodes are behaving and what is the information that you want to get out of the nodes in terms of the DevNet success metrics, right? So I think that would sort of figure out what is the dashboard that we should be having, because once we have that, we can basically say that, okay, all the teams have to sort of collect these metrics, and that's about it.
Yeah, this could actually be a really excellent half-hour work session or something in Cambridge to be able to, workshop. Okay, everyone, give us the top metrics, and then I don't know. I could sketch something out by hand. People can comment on it. We can iterate on it a few times and make sure that, we come away from that with something that we feel like it's been socialized and has broad consensus. I'll happily add that to the agenda. Great. June, I feel like there was success criteria outdated, possibly here. Okay. Oh, and yeah, the DevNet Markdown is something I've got on my list that I want to. I'm planning to push a pull request today with the last several meeting. It's worth of meeting minutes, and then I'm going to do another one that's just the DevNet spec sheet, so that we can have another round of all of the contributors commenting on that and get that back up to speed. So I'll drop a link to that into the Telegram chat when that's ready.
And I think, we can also update the success criteria as we basically, as we go into the next week where we start integrating or we start at least try to do the interop, or at least run the spec test, the generated spec test. So I guess we will be continually updating what the success criteria is, because we will be learning along as well.
Great. So there's nothing else on the written agenda. Do people want to raise their hand if they have anything that they would like to discuss, or drop it in the chat? Katya.
Yeah, I just opened the link and see the client interop readiness, like basic signing, attestation, etc. So this list can be like the initial list for metrics, like where the clients are overlap and where we can have the same metrics. So I just wonder, for example, I quickly looked into the clients, and I see on the Zim side, I see like attestations. On the Ream side, I see more networking part. So a question to the Ream team. Do you always already have this attestation part?
So what could you elaborate more on the attestation part? So what kind of metrics you are referring to?
I mean, you already have it implemented, right? Attestation.
Yes.
Okay, that's okay. That's what I'm asking about. So you already have it. So yeah, I will quickly look into it and yeah, just to
Cool.
have an idea how we can standardize it on both sides. So I can just lean on this client interop readiness for maybe initial set of metrics. Yeah, and Guillaume, we can also discuss after.
Katja, you had mentioned at the beginning a link. Could you drop the link in the chat that you're
Yeah, I
referencing?
mean, it's the same link that June shared. It's like
Oh, okay.
I'll share it again. The client interop readiness, this one.
I see. Gotcha.
So
Sorry, I
these
missed that.
parts from the table could be kind of standardized if they're overlap in the clients. So we can standardize these parts.
Understood. Carson, welcome. How are you?
Good. How are you guys? Well, I guess how
Good.
are you? Yeah, ours.
Excellent. Thanks for joining us. What's on your mind?
There was mention of working with the execution spec tests, so I was wondering if anyone had any pain points to raise about that. Since we're in the middle of welding together the execution specs and the execution spec tests, um, now is kind of a perfect opportunity if anybody has some stuff that's like, it's always bothered me the way that either this works or the documentation isn't very clear about this, or I always find this a pain, to work with. If anyone has anything they want to raise that we could like prioritize and improve during this process, then just toss it in the chat and I'll pull it out of there. Thanks.
Excellent. Thanks so much. Yeah, feel free to add it to the chat, anyone. And if it shows up in the Telegram chat or something, I'll make sure to add mention you, Carson, or get you added. Gajender.
Yep. So with regard to interop readiness, basically, PK generated, PK was able to get his tool ready, which generated the files. And on the Zeem side, we are able to consume it and start our node as well. So as such, I think Ream guys should also have done that same because they were in the loop for that. In terms of, so basically in terms of Genesis and config, I think we are sort of ready, and most likely our local interop with Zeem nodes, that is also happening, even though there are a few things that we are doing to make things robust, and few things that we'll also need to accommodate in the spec. For example, we have not considered clearing of justifications map in the state when basically there is a finalization and all that. So we need to basically do some housekeeping there as well, because so that the state doesn't blow up. And these are some of the changes that we'll be suggesting in the coming week on the PRs, and we'll basically go from there. But as such, primarily we are ready to run spec test, and we are ready to basically even do an interop, barring few housekeeping tasks that are basically in the pipeline. So that is sort of an update with regard to Genesis generation as well as Zeem update as well. And I guess I pass on to June for the Ream update.
Yeah, for sure. So I just want to provide the updates from the Rim side. So yeah, so we also consumes the outputs from the PK Genesis generator, and there's a So we already had some Docker Compose script that I posted on the link, and it consists of 4 Rim node with n validators. So I observed a finalization events in my local, but also we need some housekeeping tasks, and also we are remaining core optimization tasks. So I guess implementing a specification is done as in the Ream side, but we also have some kind of remaining tasks not relating to the spec, but regarding engineering things. So I think, yeah, so we need several days, not over 1.5 weeks, but about 3 to 4 days to get it ready for those remaining tasks. That's it.
Great. Thanks, Jim. Camille, did you have any client updates? Or
Just the general one, maybe, yeah, we finishing with the fork choice and 3SF. Yeah, once it's ready, yeah, we didn't currently test our implementation. Well, we don't have support for the Genesis file format that June just shared. Yeah, we'll try to introduce this support as soon as possible. Yes, and hopefully by the end of the week have 3SF, and yeah, we'll be ready to start testing with other implementations as well. Yeah.
great, thank you. And not trying to. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I'm sharing the lean metrics repo in the chat. So this will be the repo where we will aggregate the metrics.
Thank you. And then anything on the specification front from, I don't know, Thomas, Philippe? I saw you were dropping a number of PRs over the weekend.
Yeah, I can give an update. Basically, what I did over the weekend is that I took all of the markdown files that are currently there, including the state transition function, the fork choice, and all of these, including the basic types, SSZ types, and everything, to have everything in Python, so that right now we still have the markdown files inside the docs folder, but we have everything translated into Python, plus unit test in a separate folder that is called test. So that right now all of the upcoming PRs should be directly done into Python to avoid any confusion, possibly wrong implementation or anything. And each time you do a PR, you can just add some unit test also, so that it is easier to review, easier to talk about, and easier to make sure this is correct. And yeah, with Felipe especially, currently is checking the basic types to have something really clean from the basis and start with very clean types and lean type. So yeah, this is basically it.
Thanks, Jamal. Manas.
Yeah,
Oh,
for
sorry.
now also, sorry, just something to add. So for now, I am, while designing the SSZ type, I am quite happy with the unsigned integer. They are quite smooth and well typed and well structured in Python, but I am less happy with the way I designed the list and the vector stuff. So Felipe is looking into this right now to check how we can do better.
Excellent. Thanks for the update, Thomas. Manas.
Yeah. Hi guys. I'm Manas. I'm joining here from Lighthouse. So I'm just like expressing my interest to start developing for DevNet. The only thing is that I'm still working on a few other stuff, and then like I've started my initial boilerplate stuff. I'm not sure if I can make DevNet 0, but I'm really interested in it. So yeah, I'll be joining the calls for now. Yeah, thanks.
Excellent. Welcome. Gadgender.
Thanks.
Yeah, I basically had a follow-up for Toma that when can we have basically, first set of test cases so that we can basically start integrating and also do a CI integration of them so that we are always compliant. I mean, even if the test cases are not full, that is all right. We just basically need to start the process of running them and passing them.
I think that right now, if you check inside the test folder, you should have like a bunch of tests. Some are very, very simple and basic, just testing very simple stuff, and others are more complex. So you can start integrating them and checking them. But again, as I mentioned in my message this weekend, I didn't ask for any review for these PRs because they were too big and too much overload to review. So this would not be a productive stuff to review these PRs. So please, if you use like the lean spec and if you check that, please double check the code and double check the test so that I didn't miss anything special. Yeah. But you should
So
have
I will
like the
look
test
into
case. Yeah.
Yeah, so I will look into the test directory and basically see what the format is. But if you are aware of how the tests are in spec tests are in Beacon, basically, you have a bunch of SSG read and write tests basically, and then you basically have test for hash tree roots of those objects. Then you have test for state transition function. Basically, those kind of things test things at a basic level as well as then they test at state transition level, and then we can also have test for fork choice as well. Basically give a series of blocks and then you have to basically say which is your head, which is your target, and all that. So basically so these are the tests in the same format, I guess.
Kind of. I didn't, to be honest, I didn't look that much into the consensus spec to have my mind clear and make something from scratch and try to make the thing as smooth as possible and as simple as possible. But if you go like to the lean spec, to the test, lean spec, sub spec, for example, you have types. In the types, I put a lot of tests of SSZ in the same format as done in the remarkable library, where you can find like object and stuff that are tested exactly the same values as the remarkable library. And in the subspec, you have also fork choice tested tests, networking tests. So this kind of stuff that you can try to integrate. Then if we need to organize tests in a different way, like you or Felipe or any other should be more aware of the best way, let us say, to integrate all those tests properly. Don't hesitate to modify the structure to submit PRs or issues to let me know how you prefer those tests. But for now, I just constructed the most basic test case just to have something and try to check the implementation. That's all. Yeah.
Excellent. Any other items? All right. People are unblocked. That's good. Well, yeah, as I noted, I'll work to get all the previous last couple of, I think 3 or 4 calls, meeting notes up, and then I will push the DevNet spec MD as a separate PR so that we can start to update it and make it reflect kind of the state of play that we're at right now. And I think other than that, we should be good to go for this week. Excellent.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you all.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Will.
Bye bye.
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 Thanks. Bye.
Bye.